You can now get arrested in America for playing video games. I'm not kidding. Stay tuned.
And woo boy, the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security have decided to start coordinating with different gaming companies so that they can root out extremist content and behaviors.
Sorry, Call of Duty fans. The Government Accountability Office says that the FBI and DHS should use the same strategy that allowed them to police extremism on social media to regulate the gaming industry. And the Anti-Defamation League, super reputable, says that 20% of adult gamers and 15% of kids playing games report being exposed to white supremacy while gaming.
Don't they have more important things to be doing? Yes, no, we have people streaming in our southern border, attacking, assaulting, and killing women and children, saying you'll soon know who I am. But no, let's focus on the American gamers. That's where the real threat lies, guys.
Okay, I think we can all agree that white supremacy is bad. That's a no-brainer. But when you look at this list, that's really not what they're going after. There's a huge list of things that they're going after, and it's actually ridiculous when you look at it. What makes you an extremist? If you're pro-life, if you go to church on Sunday, all these sweet old grandmas that bake milk and cookies, lock them all up. It's like, okay, if you don't believe in climate change or you think it's natural or you're reasonable. You're like, I'm for clean energy, but until we lower the price and make it more affordable, let's use natural energy and coal and gas and that sort of thing until we get there. No, you're an extremist if you believe that.
Somebody commented and said, what a waste of time and tax dollars. Yeah, that is the understatement of the century. Somebody else said, brother, when will we focus on important things? No, they're focusing on banning TikTok and rooting out extremist gamers.
That actually did make me chuckle and laugh. Oh man, you fish or hunt, you're an extreme, you white wing, you white wing extremist too. How dare you fish? You toxic masculinity.
Intercept was the first to write about this, and they went into more detail, saying the gaming companies are coordinating with the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security to root out so-called domestic violent terrorist content, according to a new government report. Noting that mechanisms have been established with social media companies to police extremism, the report recommends that the national security agencies establish new and similar processes with the vast gaming industry. And all of this came out thanks to a Government Accountability Office, or GOA, report. And apparently this was all really kicked off with Senator Dick Durbin writing a letter to Attorney General Garland, saying, unlike more traditional social media companies, which in recent years have developed public-facing policies addressing extremism, created trust in public safety teams, and released transparency reports, doing God's work, online gaming platforms generally have not utilized these tools. In the letter, he also requested a briefing from the Justice Department on what channels exist for the DOJ and the online video game industry to communicate and coordinate on the threat of online video games by extremists and other malicious actors. Oh, what a shame that it does not exist already. I'm so sad.
So tasty.
This reminds me of how the government has been coordinating with Meta, coordinating with Facebook to limit extremist content, like the content that we post here at the Daily Wire. Is that the kind of coordination you want to do? You want to silence more people under the guise of extremism? We know what you do. And apparently they're trying to watch for all the key examples of domestic terrorism and extremism.
Did you just see that? That fat white man just dropped a penguin off a cliff. Guilty. These are some funny examples, man. Mario dropping the penguin off the cliff. So what really stinks about this, these aren't reasonable things. If they were more reasonable, I think a lot of us would be okay with it. I remember the story a couple of years ago where that kid was playing League of Legends and he threatened to do bad stuff at his school, you know what? And he got arrested for it. One of the parents found out and told the police, and he did get arrested. I think most of us would be okay with that. Maybe it's not free speech issues, but regardless, like he did something dumb and he had to face the consequences. However, that's not what this is talking about. Like I said, they're going after pro-life people, they're going after church people, they're going after people who don't believe in climate change. Like there's a list of people who don't play the game right, get creative. If you play Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto, anything like that, you're probably screwed. And they're monitoring your headsets too and listening to what you're talking to with your friends. So don't even make jokes with your friends because you don't know if you don't hear from your friends for a while. If you don't see them in Fortnite for a while or Minecraft, they might be locked up, man.
Which are defined by the FBI and the DHS as racial and ethnically motivated violent extremism, anti government and anti authority violent extremism, animal rights or environmental violent extremism. I don't know if that means the throwing soup at the Mona Lisa, whatever. Now, this article also quoted Hassan Piker. Hassan Piker! And it might be one of the only times that I've remotely agreed with him, but he said, all I can think of is the awful track record of the FBI when it comes to identifying extremism, said Hassan Piker. They're much better at finding vulnerable teenagers with mental disabilities to take advantage of. I mean, yes, and saying that their track record is awful is just putting it mildly. Another guy commented, and he said, isn't this good? Am I missing something? Okay, you sweet, sweet spring chicken. Let me introduce you to the DHS and the FBI, who claim that they are just trying to protect us, but are watching our every move thanks to the Patriot Act and consistently infringing upon citizens' rights, who label concerned moms at school board meetings as domestic terrorists. Did we forget that? Did that just escape all of our minds? Let's also not forget that back in December, a report was released about how the FBI was exercising gross overreach in their categorization of traditional Catholics as domestic terrorists as well. That is literally something that our own government said was happening. So no, to put it mildly, I don't trust these people to really protect us. They are politicized, they are corrupt, and they are distracted by moms at school board meetings and Catholics and extremist gamers instead of focusing on the real issues at hand.
Yeah, doesn't the FBI have anything better to do right now? Like focus on the border, focus on people legally crossing it, the drugs and stuff that could cross there, the gangs, the wars going across the world, terrorism, anything else, like more important than gamers, uh, playing video games. Men, see, this is what it comes down to. Men are bad, right? That the society tells you that men are bad, especially single men. The single men are even worse. And who's single? The guys that play too much video games. Lock them all up. Just get rid of them. Like it's funny, it's not funny. It's sad actually. If you need one more reason to leave America before it's too late and move overseas, come over here to paradise, this might be it, guys. All your freedoms are going down the drain, even more so depending on which side. Come on, who if they win the election or so, it's going to be even worse. You're going to have less freedom. But regardless, like this is a higher ups in the FBI. They're not going anywhere. Just be careful. Be careful what you say on your microphone, even with your friends. You don't know who's listening, and that could have huge repercussions. But that's it for today's video. Let me know what you think, if you liked it, disliked it, whatever. If you think I'm crazy or right or wrong, I'd love to hear in the comments. Anyways, like and subscribe if I do more videos like this. Retiring young, moving to the Philippines, being a digital nomad, and dating Filipinos, stuff like that, traveling the world. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. God bless. Peace.